is that a Gucci that you're wearing? He's like, yeah. I go, well, you have frosting all over the back of it.
No.
The Mercedes-Benz Interview Lounge.
You know something great's going on if Mo Rocca stays.
Oh.
Unbelievable. Does that mic work? I don't even know if that mic works. You use that one. Use that one. Hey, so, every year we have the New York City Wine and Food Festival, and every year we have the South Beach Wine and Food Festival. And every year we have one of my best friends, our best friend Lee Schrager, stop by.
Hello, Lee.
Who knows Mo Rocca, because Mo Rocca comes to the festivals as well.
Hey, Mo Rocca.
Hi, how are you, Lee?
I love your obituaries.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you.
You're loving his obituaries until you are one of his obituaries.
At which point I hope I don't know about it.
Can I just say something about Lee? So he's giving everyone their wonderful desserts that he brought. And I go, is that a Gucci that you're wearing? He's like, yeah. I go, well, you have frosting all over the back of it.
No.
The poor guy had frosting. We're wiping frosting off of his Gucci.
Who hasn't had frosting on the back of their Gucci?
I know.
I guess I can't return it now.
Yeah, sorry. Hey, so Mo.
I know Mo.
Mo usually loves to do it and run. Today, we have given him a reason to stick around. This hot chocolate from Gloss is unbelievable.
It is really, it is so good, and actually I think it might be illegal to drink it and then leave where you are too quickly. Like you need to come down for a while. I think it's medically sound advice too.
Exactly.
Because I'm so hopped up on the deliciousness of this.
You need to bolt yourself down.
Yeah,
well, see,
right.
when Lee visits, he always has. Of course, Lee has connections with every great chef in the world and every great whatever in the world. So when he visits, we get the best of the best stuff we can't get when he's not here.
Oh, that's right. You can't get anything on this show.
And then those croissants from Lafayette.
Andrew Carmelini's. So we have two of the most Instagrammable foods in the city right now. It's the truth. Glass hot chocolate and these croissants from Lafayette are really the two most Instagrammable treats in the city.
The lines around the buildings for both. Lafayette has lines around every day.
I only invited them because I've never had one because I wouldn't wait online. But I said, we're going on the Elvis show, and I said, it's his favorite hot chocolate.
Ooh.
It is my favorite. Now it is.
I like what you did there. Nice.
So it's like people use Lee Schrager to get a dinner reservation. If you want Instagrammable food sent over to the morning show, just say it's Elvis's favorite food.
Oh, there you go.
Use me all you want.
Yeah.
Can we go back a second? We just drop your name and we get a res? That's it?
Yes. Just say
Lee
you're calling
sent
from
me.
Lee Schrager's office.
Thank you.
Everyone's going to
Now
do
I'm
that
just gonna
now.
do it. I need the code word.
We've
for
used that
Ralphie.
a lot.
You know, I went to a restaurant a few years ago in Miami, and I walked in, and they said, oh, Mr. Schrager, we already seated your party. I said, no, I'm the first one to arrive. They said, no, your party's over there. And I looked, and it was casual acquaintances of mine.
It was Gandhi.
It was gone. No, that would be a good acquaintance.
and they were using
They were using my name. Yes.
I get it.
Did
Yes.
you say anything or you just let it go?
I pretended like I did not know.
Okay.
But I saw them looking like they were about to pass out.
I love it. That's so funny.
True story. Honestly, it was at the Matador Room in Miami. So if you're listening, you know who you are.
I'm sorry. Add Matador Room to another place we can't. We'll never be invited to come in.
They were Schragering.
They were Schrager. Yeah.
I like that.
They got Schrager at the Matador Room.
That's exactly it.
Hey, so let's talk about South Beach Wine and Food Festival. And that's how you know Mo. Mo actually was covering one of these events, or he just comes to eat?
He came. Mo has done, I think, the New York Festival and South Beach. Am I right?
Yes, I had a show on Cooking Channel,
that's exactly
right?
it.
And that was so I was repping it there,
Yes.
but I loved it. I was saying you're the Scarface of the South Beach Wine and Food Show.
I like it. Wow.
Do you remember his show? It was called My Grandmother's Ravioli.
I do remember it.
And he would go into the kitchen with grandmothers and cook with them.
I remember it.
Best show ever.
I don't just invite people because they're cute. I actually saw Mo's show.
Well, it helps.
But in Mo's case, I did make an exception.
You got Schrager.
Cut so deep.
You've been Schrager. Okay, so we're gearing up for South Beach Wine Food Festival. Let's talk about it. As you know, it's not just a gathering where you eat the best food and drink the best drinks and whatever.
It's not?
We're actually pumping up awareness.
Oh, thank you.
And
Yes.
we're raising money.
That's why I'm here.
Yes, go. Talk about it.
So the South Beach Wine and Food Festival It's sponsored by the Food Network, and they are our title sponsor, and they have been with us since year 2 of the festival. So we're going into our 23rd year, exactly a month from today, and it's celebrating all things delicious, like you just said, Elvis. Great food, great wine, great spirits, the greatest leaders in the industry, and it's like the Oscars of the food world. This year, particularly interesting, because we're honoring the greatest chef in the world, in my opinion, Massimo Bottura. Wow. And at that dinner, Alain Ducasse is cooking, and Jordi Roca is cooking, and Albert Adria is cooking, and Mara Carla Greco. So it's really the greatest lineup. It's the truth. We will never see a lineup like that again.
Let's go back to the honoree.
Right.
Famous for inventing Oops, I Dropped the Lemon Tart. Isn't he the guy who did that?
Oops, I never heard that story.
Okay, I will tell you that story off the air.
Is that a true story?
I need to go fact check.
Yes. Sorry about that.
What's his name again? What's his name again?
Massimo Bottura.
Okay.
B-O-T-T. You could very well be right, but I don't think so.
I actually, fact check here. You are correct. The reason you don't know it is that he dropped the lemon tart on the back of your Gucci sweater. And that's why you don't remember.
That's too long for the menu.
And now I can't return it.
I mean, it is. My God, it is just what's going on in the back of that sweater.
I really think we need to keep Mo here and never let him leave. And every guest that comes in, just let him make comments. It's fantastic.
Why not?
Yeah. I mean, the composting going on in the back of that sweater.
And lots of lactose on that sweater. Now we have to call it Oops, I Dropped the Lemon Tart, and it's on Lee Schrager's sweater.
Oops, my Gucci.
So back to the South Beach Wine and Food Festival.
Yes.
So if you're listening to us at Y100 in Miami, you know this happens every year. They close down the beach, and it's so much fun.
Now we close down the city, all really to raise funds for the Chaplin School of Hospitality in Miami. We've raised almost $40 million over the last 23 years. But the best thing about it is the experience that it gives to the students, to work alongside people like Bobby Flay and Rachel Ray and Guy Fieri and Alex Garnaschelli and Katie Lee and Jeffrey Zakarian, and the greatest chefs like Alain Ducasse and Jean-Georges and Danielle Boulou and Michael White. So we have over 450 chefs coming in from all over the world this year. So it's pretty extraordinary, and the greatest winemakers in the world. So not only are we honoring Massimo Bottura, we're also honoring the chairman of Campari Worldwide. Luca, I cannot say his last name, so I will not screw it up, but it's Luca, begins with a G, and he's an extraordinary, the chairman of Campari Worldwide. So it's a dinner, all things Italian, and it's hosted by or emceed by one of my favorite Instagrammers, the Pasta Queen.
Oh.
If you know the Pasta Queen. Yeah, Nadia.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What's his name?
No, that's the wrong.
It's Lee Schrager. May I read this? The result after what does Oops, I Dropped the Lemon Tart mean? The result was a 7-course menu finished with Oops, I Dropped the Lemon Tart. The dish involves the idea of rebuilding a perfect way of imperfections from Bottura.
I stand corrected.
What happened was in his restaurant, there was an ambassador who was eating, very important VIP guy eating at the table. He ordered the lemon tart. It was the last one. The guy taking it out dropped it. And so what he did, the most genius idea, he took the tart and plated it all busted to hell and served it. And they said, this is genius. And now they call it on the menu, Oops, I Dropped the Lemon Tart.
I have a better story than that. About 40 years ago, I was working for Glorious Food Caterers. I don't think anyone... Does anyone remember Glorious Food? They were the hottest caterer. They were.
If I was a little older like you, I'd probably remember that.
If you were any older like me, you'd be dead.
They'll always be somebody's friends.
Okay, please go ahead.
Okay, so this Glorious Food was the caterer of the moment. They did everything at the Met. They did when Kennedy Center opened. We went up there. So I was doing my externship from the Culinary Institute of America. So it was in the middle of winter. It had to be March. It was freezing cold. And we were doing an opera supper at Nan Kempner. And Nan Kempner is no longer with us, one of the big New York socialites. So it was a late night. We're going there, probably must be 11 o'clock. We're walking out. There's a townhouse, 172 East 75th is where they still are, Glorious Food. And a few guys and I were carrying these big vats of cassoulet. And we walk out, I walk out, and we trip on the ice. Oh. And the cassoulet went all over the sidewalk. And we had to be there in like 15 minutes. So we had an oops. It's a cassoulet evening.
Oops,
we
I dropped the cassoulet.
No! We scooped it up, put more breadcrumbs on it.
No, you did not.
From the streets
What were
of
we
New York
going to do?
Street?
What are you going to do?
It was a sidewalk.
By the way, may I just interrupt? This is the bougiest conversation we've ever had on the show.
And I want to tell you that I remember Lily Auchincloss was there, Betsy Bloomingdale, Jackie Onassis.
Bougie.
And they were all eating.
And
It was a 5-second rule. Maybe it was a little longer. It stayed on those.
And what did Truman Capote say?
Speaking of that,
Did the swans eat it?
did
too?
anyone get invited? Did you get invited to that swan party the other night?
No.
Nor did I. But I saw Neil and David were there. So
The hell is a swan
What's
party?
a
The
swan
swan-
party?
Okay, so.
oh my God!
Now
Where do you get this group?
Okay.
From the streets where your castle was.
Because it's people under the age of 50.
I know.
Hold on.
It's true.
I know about it.
It's a long story. Look it up. Google it. I'll explain it.
Wait,
Swan
you
party?
don't, Gandhi? You don't know what a Truman Capote swan is?
I do not.
Oh my God! I have to reevaluate my visits.
So I'll explain it while we're playing Gucci Mane.
It's quite a sight to behold. Very Instagrammable.
Yeah. Truman Capote hung out with the elite women of New York City. They called them the Swans.
Okay.
And but it was not always a joyous.
He turned on them.
And he wrote a book and turned on them. And Lee Radswell, Jackie O's sister, was one of his best friends, and he turned on all of his swans, and they basically attacked him like a swan would do.
What's that, Scary?
So one of my favorite things at the South Beach Wine and Food Festival is
Oh,
that
but-
Sunday, the David Grutman experience. And I see this year you got DJ Khaled and Cedric Gervais spinning on the sand. That is amazing.
He wants an invite.
Those are called DJs.
Scary. Thank you for the wonderful plug, and I'm going to keep on story, but you're reading last year's notes. They were here last year.
So who's going to be at the David Grutman experience this year?
Well, if David...
Nice recovery, Scary.
Yeah, thank you, Scary. That was a great plug for the David Grutman
No,
experience.
because it's not just
For those who are going back in time.
Yes.
If you've got a time
So,
machine,
yes,
this is
thank
an
you
awesome
for that
promo.
mention. No, they are not, but we'd love to have DJ Khaled, and Maluma was there last year. So Dave Grutman, if you're up in Miami, which I doubt you probably are, or when one of David's colleagues or many swans are listening, David owes us the name of the talent. He's owed it to us since January 1st. So we can promote the David Grutman experience, because without the talent, we do not have a David Grutman experience.
This is a very uncomfortable moment.
But we do have DJ Cassidy performing on Saturday at the Only in Dade experience. Do you know what
Okay.
Only in Dade is?
No.
It's in Dade County.
Yes,
Well, it's the
only.
thing about all the screw-ups in Dade County. Follow it. It's very funny. So back to the festival, which is why I'm here. So you want to know what events were happening, right?
Get tickets now for these events.
Get tickets, whether it's the opening night with Rachel Ray returning for her Burger Bash, Friday night the Triple D with Guy Fieri, Saturday night Tacos and Tequila with Aaron Sanchez, the Bacardi Party on Sunday with everyone's friend Melba Wilson up in Harlem, and Andrew Zimmern. Alex Garnicelli is hosting an Italian event. Michael Simon's hosting a... What's he hosting? Steak and Whiskey event. Michelle Bernstein, Miami Royalty, is hosting a fried chicken event in
Are
Champaign.
you doing a drag event this year?
We're doing a drag event. What's your drag name?
Melba Toast.
Oh, Melba.
I'm hungry.
And I'm Paige Turner.
Remember one year you went as Chlamydia Burns. Remember that?
Yes, I remember.
Okay, but anyway, but moving on.
So, yes, Neil Patrick Harris and his husband David Burker are hosting drag, and they are bringing in Alaska, if everyone knows from the drag world, Alaska, and Willem. So two of the biggest names in drag, plus our local queens, Athena, and the other queens from the Our House in Miami, which if you follow the paper, which clearly some of you don't, Our House is the bar in Miami that our governor DeSantis was trying to shut down.
Oh,
And this is Our House. They're back bigger than ever.
I'm loving Alaska's last name, by the way.
What is it?
You can't say it. You can't
I can't
say
even
it.
Alaska Thunder. Oh, my God.
You can't say that.
When I was larger.
That was your maiden name.
Remember, my old drag name was Shalita Buffet. Shut up. You're Sheila.
And she still will.
Your name is Sheila Noya. Anyway, drag names are fun.
Oh.
Okay, so we need tickets for
We
the
do. We need
South
everyone
Beach.
to buy tickets for the Food Network South Beach Wine and Food Festival last week in February. And if you follow me on Instagram, I may be giving away a few tickets today because I need to catch up with everyone in this room. I'm like the big loser on Instagram. So if you follow me, the first one person. No, if you follow me, I'll give away some tickets later. But yes, you need to buy tickets for a great cause, the greatest chefs, the greatest winemakers, all to benefit the Chaplain School at FIU. And it's a great, who wouldn't want to get out of this lousy weather? What is it here?
Well, today it's actually not too
We
bad.
call it winter. It happens
Yeah.
every year, and we all bitch and moan about it, but we continue to live here.
No, I thought a house was going to fall on me.
Mike.
Walking over here.
We have to thank our friends.
We need our friends at Gloss Hot Chocolate and Lafayette for these greatest chocolate croissants in general, and our friends at Salt and Straw, my favorite ice cream. They sent ice cream. It's somewhere in this building. We can't find it.
Oh my God, it's gone.
Yeah, probably Andrew. Where's Andrew? He's nowhere to be found.
Light FM is eating our ice cream.
Ann Taylor Loft.
I know who Ann Taylor. I don't know what that is.
Ann Taylor Loft. That's my drag name. It's hyphenated. She kept her maiden name. I stole that from my friend Bill Keith, if he's listening. His drag name's Ann Taylor Loft,
I thought
hyphenated.
Mo Rocca's drag name was Mo Rocca.
That's my hip hop name.
All right, look, you know what? Go online, find a way to get there, because it truly is to be a part of just one event or all of the events. South Beach Wine and Food Festival is always turning it out.
Yeah.
And like you guys are, so thank you guys for promoting us. Mo, it's so great to see you. Thanks for Gloss and Lafayette, and thank you, Elvis, for being such an amazing friend and supporting us and everything you do for us. So thank you.
Lee Schrager.
Thank you, guys.
We need to get down there for this thing. It sounds like a party.
Schrager your way in.
I know. We all got Schragered. We love you, Lee.
The Mercedes-Benz Interview Lounge.